Judge a man by his questions rather than by his answers. Common sense is not so common. Doubt is an uncomfortable condition, but certainty is a ridiculous one. The more I read, the more I acquire, the more certain I am that I know nothing. Every man is guilty of all the good he did not do. It is difficult to free fools from the chains they revere. To hold a pen is to be at war. The art of medicine consists in amusing the patient while nature cures the disease. The best is the enemy of the good. Men argue, nature acts. Life is a shipwreck, but we must not forget to sing in the lifeboats. Prejudice is the reason of fools. Think for yourself and let others enjoy the privilege of doing so too. God gave us the gift of life. It is up to us to give ourselves the gift of living well. Work saves us from three great evils: boredom, vice, and need. The secret of being a bore is to tell everything. Love truth but pardon error. Cherish those who seek the truth but beware of those who find it. The more often a stupidity is repeated, the more it gets the appearance of wisdom. Faith consists in believing when it is beyond the power of reason to believe. He who thinks himself wise, oh heavens, is a great fool. The mirror is a worthless invention. The only way to truly see yourself is in the reflection of someone else's eyes. Injustice in the end produces independence. The happiest of all lives is a busy solitude. The superfluous, a very necessary thing. The way to become boring is to say everything. We are all full of weakness and errors. Let us mutually pardon each other our follies. It is dangerous to be right in matters on which the established authorities are wrong. The mouth obeys poorly when the heart murmurs. Appreciation is a wonderful thing. It makes what is excellent in others belong to us as well. Tears are the silent language of grief. The longer we dwell on our misfortunes, the greater is their power to harm us. Paradise is where I am. The more a man knows, the less he talks. He must be very ignorant, for he answers every question he is asked. History is the lie commonly agreed upon. Those who can make you believe absurdities can make you commit atrocities. The true triumph of reason is that it enables us to get along with those who do not possess it. The more I see of men, the more I like dogs. A witty saying proves nothing. I cannot imagine how the clockwork of the universe can exist without a clockmaker. Let us read and let us dance. These two amusements will never do any harm to the world. Don't think money does everything, or you are going to end up doing everything for money. Prejudices are what fools use for reason. Everything you say should be true, but not everything true should be said. I have wanted to kill myself 100 times, but somehow I am still in love with life. The human brain is a complex organ with the wonderful power of enabling man to find reasons for continuing to believe whatever it is that he wants to believe. Is there anyone so wise as to learn by the experience of others? Paper money eventually returns to its intrinsic value, zero. The most important decision you make is to be in a good mood. No problem can withstand the assault of sustained thinking. You have no control over the hand that life deals you, but how you play that hand is entirely up to you. Give me the patience for the small things of life, courage for the great trials of life. To succeed in the world, it is not enough to be stupid. One must also be polite. Optimism is the madness of insisting that all is well when we are miserable. I have never made but one prayer to God, a very short one. O Lord, make my enemies ridiculous. Liberty of thought is the life of the soul. The comfort of the rich depends upon an abundant supply of the poor. My life is a struggle. The ear is the avenue to the heart. Present opportunities are not to be neglected. They rarely visit us twice. Fear follows crime and is its punishment. Sensual pleasure passes and vanishes, but friendship does not perish. Dare to think for yourself. We never live, We are always in the expectation of living. All the reasonings of men are not worth one sentiment of women. If God did not exist, it would be necessary to invent him. It is one of the superstitions of the human mind to have imagined that virginity could be a virtue. Let us cultivate our garden. What a heavy burden is a name that has become too famous. The darkness is at its deepest just before the sunrise. The biggest reward for a thing well done is to have done it. The greatest minds are those most capable of doubt. The worst government is the most moral. The more corrupt the state, the more numerous the laws. The more laws, the more thieves. The more you know, the less you fear. The more you fear, the less you live. The more you live, the more you love. The more you love, the more you are hated. The more you are free, the more you are happy. The more you are silent, the more you are wise. The more you are yourself, the more you are loved. The more you are human, the more you are divine. The more you are nothing, the more you are everything. A great many laws in a country, like many physicians, is a sign of malady. A state can be no better than the citizens of which it is composed. I disapprove of what you say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it. It is better to risk saving a guilty person than to condemn an innocent one. It is dangerous to be right when the government is wrong. It is impossible to translate poetry. Can you translate music? Opinion has caused more trouble on this little earth than plagues or earthquakes. Superstition is to religion what astrology is to astronomy, the mad daughter of a wise mother. The best government is a benevolent tyranny tempered by an occasional assassination. The discovery of what is true and the practice of that which is good are the two most important aims of philosophy. The first among languages is that which possesses the largest number of excellent works. The first who compared woman to a rose was a poet, the second an imbecile. The greatest happiness is to know the source of unhappiness. The greatest minds are capable of the greatest vices as well as of the greatest virtues. The happiest life is that which constantly exercises and educates what is best in us. The greatest consolation in life is to say what one thinks. The instruction we find in books is like fire. The man who is always laughing is not half so foolish as the man who is always grave. The man who leaves money to charity in his will is only giving away what no longer belongs to him. The man who, in a fit of melancholy, kills himself today, would have wished to live had he waited a week. The more I study the world, the more I am convinced of the inability of brute force to create anything durable. The more a man denies, the more he is believed. The more laws, the less justice. The more one judges, the less one loves. The more violent the passions, the more necessary are laws to restrain them. The more we do, the more we can do. The more you give, the more you receive. The more you hate, the more you are enslaved. The more you know, the less sure you are. The more you know, the more you forgive. The more you love, the more you suffer. The more you possess, the more you are possessed. The more you read, the more you will learn. The more you understand, the more you realize how little you know. The most absurd and reckless aspirations have sometimes led to extraordinary success. The most dangerous of all absurdities is a reasonable absurdity. The most difficult thing in life is to know yourself. The most important things are the hardest to say. The most terrible of all bad things are the good things people get used to. The most virtuous of all men is he that contents himself with being virtuous without seeking to appear so. The multitude of books is making us ignorant. The only reward of virtue is virtue itself. The only way to comprehend what mathematicians mean by infinity is to contemplate the extent of human stupidity. The pleasure of governing must certainly be exquisite. The progress of the human mind is slow indeed. The pursuit of pleasure must be the goal of every rational person. The right to free speech is more important than the content of the speech. The true character of liberty is independence, maintained by force. The true philosopher is he who can doubt himself. The world embarrasses me, and I cannot dream that this watch exists and has no watchmaker. To learn who rules over you, simply find out who you are not allowed to criticize. What is tolerance? It is the consequence of humanity. We are all formed of frailty and error.